Hi there, welcome to another edition of Test Drive Diecast. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing for you 1 to 18 scale Volkswagen Corrado VR6 by Revell. The Volkswagen Corrado was produced from 1988 until 1995 and was available with a range of engines, starting off with a 1.8 16 valve and a 1.8 supercharged G60, 2 litre 8 valve and 16 valve were to follow, and in 1992 this particular example, VR6, was launched with Volkswagen's unique narrow angle V6 engine, 15 degrees between the two banks of cylinders, so they were able to share a cylinder head and only required 2 camshafts to drive all 24 valves. This particular model was made by Revell and it's dated 2006 underneath, and don't quite know what happened to Revell after that. Some of their releases appeared under the Jaddy Model Craft name. I've also seen Paragon come into the equation. Nevertheless, Revell's offerings were always a cut above offerings from Virago and Maisto. Certainly back in the early 90s when I purchased some of their earlier offerings, they were always very good indeed, and I was always quite excited to be able to buy them when they came into stock in the model shop. So this particular one is a later offering. Quality is excellent. One of the first things I noticed about this, when I saw pictures of it on the Facebook page that I eventually traded this for another model car that I had, one of the things I noticed were the excellent headlights, as you can see there. Perfectly modelled. A few tabs there for the fog lights, perfectly modelled headlights. And the grille, extremely nice as well. Can't fault that at all. It's got Speedline alloys, and the brake discs and calipers are behind there. Excellent paint finish, as you can see there. We'll go round the back of the model. Can't find any faults there either. Badges nicely captured in the correct font. And one of the features of the real car was a retractable spoiler that raised 45 miles per hour and went back down in under 15. So that one recreates that. Haven't worked out how to make it stay up. Nice nonetheless. Unfortunately, the model suffers from a slightly poorly fitting door. Haven't worked out why that is. However, it does mean that it's easier to open and see inside, which is what we'll do. The interior detail is fairly simple, but nicely finished, with tipping seats. You can see one of them keeps tipping forward there. The dashboard is actually part of it from a Volkswagen Passat, I believe. And the door cappings there as well. Top part of the door is die cast too, rather than being plastic, which seems to happen with a lot of other models. And what we'll do is we'll just have a look at the engine bay now. Carefully open that. This is the VR6. One of the nice things about Revell's and other cars of that era is that this engine is actually a complete block. It's not just a flat piece of plastic with some details that are basically moulded on. You can actually see all the way down to the other side. Can't quite see it, and you can see the gearbox there. And these ancillaries as well are also little separate parts, which is very pleasing indeed. Very pleased with this model indeed. Don't have anything like it in the collection. As I say, I was lucky enough to trade it. The gentleman that I traded it with did have it for sale for £50, but I was lucky enough that I had something I was able to offer him of an equivalent value and quality, so that was grand. He had it for sale for £50, which is about £10 less, I would say, or so, than you would find them on eBay. This one is boxed, and the ones that I've looked at on eBay as well are also boxed. So £50 to £60. The real car is fast appreciating classic, and I think this model will become more desirable as the years go by. If you like Volkswagens at all, or indeed if you even have a Corrado, if you're lucky enough to have one, I'd really recommend this model. Otto also do one. Again, it's got no opening features on it, and it's not die cast either. And you can also get a 1/43 scale Strabag one, which was produced at the time of the real car. But this particular one comes in around about £10–15 less than an Otto one. I prefer the opening features, especially with that lovely VR6 engine. So any other questions, please feel free to ask, and don't forget to check out my other videos. Please do. Thanks.